Unleash your darkness. Yeah, that's the theme for the newly upgraded Yamaha MT-09. But is it befitting? In 2021, when the MT-09 got a radical makeover, bike lovers were amazed by the improvement. Who wouldn't be? It has a more powerful engine, sleeker design, and of course advanced features. Now Yamaha is here with this 2024 model. Let's take a closer look at its features and see if it's worth the hype and the $10,599 price tag. In 2014, the Japanese company unveiled the MT-09 as the newest member of the MT series, a family of standard or naked bikes from the brand. This bike was fun from the get-go, and it's no surprise that it's been an incredible success, with almost 100,000 units sold in just Europe alone. In fact, for the past decade, the MT-09 has been the best-selling MT model, and it seems like the upgrade is to ensure this continues. So what's new? To be honest, the changes made to the 2024 model are a lot less than the huge overhaul it got in 2021. Regardless, there's a lot to see in this new model, starting with the look. This beauty now screams classy. It's more streamlined with lovely curves and angles that give it a more dark and mysterious look. Say goodbye to the single projector beam headlight bulb that many people don't really care for, and say hello to a new twin projector LED headlight. You know, everything's better with LEDs. Then there's the new riding position, resulting from the new fuel tank design that's now 30mm lower and 60mm wider than before. This causes the bars to get closer to the rider and gives you a 3.3-degree steering sweep compared to the previous models. The trailing edges of the fuel tank have also been sniped. We're talking big trims, as it used to be 20mm and now it's 5. However, it's not alone, as the leading edge of the seat has also been trimmed. Each side used to be 6mm. Now it's way less to make for a tapered meeting point for the seat and the tank. Still, on the seats, the seat height is still the same, but you might assume so because it's positioned in such a way that it's more comfortable. Then, for the first time in forever, the MT-09 gets a double seat instead of the single one that was for both driver and passenger. You know what comes with a new seat? A new subframe. And this one is much slimmer to match the foam pad on it. This subframe also comes with new mounting points for the passengers, and they're placed beneath it instead of in its usual position by the side. Well, that's that for the big changes. So what else can we find on the bike? The bike comes with an engine. However, it's still the same old 3-cylinder engine which has been in the model since the very beginning. Yes, it's been tweaked over time to make it powerful and efficient, but the core of it still remains the same. In the 2024 model, the changes made to it ensure it aligns with recent and future regulations relating to emissions. Some of the changes made to this effect are in the tuning, but for example, the gear wheels now have more teeth to help smoothen the shifts. It also has been equipped with the new 3rd-gen quick shifter, which allows the addition of downshifting during small accelerations and upshifting on deceleration with a larger operation. But you want to know what the coolest change is? It's the new and improved air intake. Specifically, the intake ducts have decreased from 3 to 2, and these acoustic sound grills are placed in a position that makes the sweet sound of the Yamaha right next to the rider's head. Be assured that the melody is intoxicating. There's nothing much to say about this bike's hardware, because little to no changes were made. However, the chassis stiffness is kinda different from before, due to the engine mounts getting thicker and the headstock bracket that supports one side of the frame to the other getting thinner. The suspension also gets tweaked slightly because of the new bar position that puts more of the rider's weight on the front. So the spring rate has been increased by 1 Newton per millimeter, while the 41mm KYB forks remain unchanged. The shock is not different, but the linkage that comes with it has a new ratio with a flatter curve. Where things get more interesting is the electronic upgrades made to the bike. Now, the MT-09 comes with a 5-inch TFT with 4 different display themes, which includes the generative display inspired by Yamaha's music division, where the rev counter kinda looks like piano keys. You can control this feature using the redesigned switchgear. The ride modes are now called Street, Sport, and Rain, and they're easy for anyone to understand. For this, the IMU-assisted rider aid settings, like engine mapping, lift control, traction, and slide control, are already set for the ride mode. If you intend to set a customized power level, there are 2 additional custom ride modes, that now allow that. But here's where it gets remarkable. Regardless of the ride mode used, the lift control, slide control, traction control, and something called the back slip regulator can be turned off. The back slip regulator can be described as an extension of the slipper clutch. In situations where the rear wheel is decelerating fast, the slipper clutch prevents a wheel hop. But if the road surface is smooth, the engine back torque could cause the wheel to hop more than the slipper clutch could resist. So the BSR comes in to pull the weight by slightly opening one or more throttle bodies to decrease the back torque. Isn't that incredible? Still on the electronic features, Yamaha has updated its smartphone connectivity through the Y-Connect app. It comes with the usual stuff, like the ability to listen to music and notifications for calls and messages. But now there's a Garmin Street Cross app that can help with turn-by-turn navigation. And since it's connected to the TFT screen via Bluetooth, the maps and directions will work even in areas without cell service. Now that you know its incredible features, let's tell you what to expect when riding this bike. So when you get on the bike, the first thing you'll notice is its lower bars, but it doesn't feel that much different other than the fact that you can easily place both feet on the floor. And as far as the actual riding goes, the Yamaha is still a hit, even if you're riding on a road with twisty turns and trails. Firstly, the engine is still as beastly as before, and it's unsurprisingly the best feature of the bike. It gives off the right amount of ponies to keep things fun without scaring the bejesus out of a less adventurous rider. And as mentioned earlier, the roar from this bike is mind-blowing. Hearing it scream would make you want to keep going. And thankfully, the quick shifter is capable of keeping up without any hassle. Did I mention that the seats are also super comfortable? Well, they are. So if you intend to keep going, nothing's holding you back. While riding, the 09 feels small, and as you drive into bendy roads, the width of the bars is just enough to control the chassis as you desire. The handling is quite neutral, not too slow and not too fast. And the impressive Hypersport S223 tires also help. Overall, it's a really good bike that can compete well with its contemporaries. However, there are little glitches that ought to be fixed in subsequent models. First, the clutch cover should be adjusted to avoid it hitting the rider's leg continuously. As little as that discomfort is, it could be really annoying. But most important is the issue with the brakes. The bike comes with a Brembo master cylinder with an adjustable lever. Nothing too spectacular there, but that means the clutch and brake levers both have adjustability, which is unarguably a nice touch. However, just like its predecessors, the feel of this lever is not as great as it should be. Now, the braking power itself is on a top level, and you don't have to worry about the bike not slowing down. But after a certain point, no matter how hard you squeeze the lever, you still get the same feeling, which is not right. So that should be checked. Another little glitch is the unnecessary features of the TFT display. The TFT display is no doubt incredible, but can someone explain the dummy lights that are on the side? To some, it might be aesthetically pleasing, but in reality, it could be categorized as a waste of space. The display itself could be larger, and it would improve the efficiency of the screen. But all these are not stuff that can't be managed. To make this more fun, let's quickly compare this bike to the Triumph Street Triple, KTM 990 Duke, and Kawasaki 7900. Comparing the MT-09 with the Triumph Street Triple is a bit tricky, because both are quite impressive. Although the R version cranks out the same number of ponies as the MT-09, the RS cranks out 10 more ponies, which gives the Triumph an edge over the Yamaha. Torque-wise, Yamaha gets the crown, while regarding weight, the Triumph gets ahead. So in terms of power-to-weight ratio, the Triumph is the better option. But the story is different in terms of electronic features. The Triumph comes with all the juicy bits, like multiple racing modes, traction control, and a bidirectional quick shifter. Still, Yamaha is even juicier, as in addition to all that's been mentioned, it also gets an independent wheel control, the back slip regulator, engine control, and slide control. Overall, a Triumph might be slightly better than the Yamaha due to its better performance, but its higher cost and less features might make riders opt for the Yamaha. You know, the folks at KTM don't play when it comes to their bikes, and it really reflects in the 2024 KTM 990 Duke. This bike has taken a huge step forward in terms of stability, quality, ergonomics, and options. The engine is as fierce as ever, but due to its impressive electronics, even an amateur driver can easily handle the Duke. We can't exactly say it performs better than the Yamaha in this regard, but its brake is sharper than that of the Yamaha, only that it requires more force to activate it. Regarding the chassis, the MT-09 beats the Duke, but beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. Overall, they're both great bikes, but the Duke comes at a higher price than the Yamaha, making it a little less desirable. But some people don't mind paying a little extra to get what they want. Next is the comparison between the Yamaha and its closest Japanese rival, the Kawasaki Z900. The Kawasaki Z900 comes with a larger engine that has a slightly higher compression ratio than the MT-09, and it also has a larger fuel capacity than the Yamaha. That might not seem like a great start for the 09, but the larger engine of the Z900 meant that it also consumes more fuel, so the extra liters its tank can accommodate doesn't make a difference. It also doesn't help that the Z900 has a lower power-to-weight ratio than the Yamaha, despite cranking out more horsepower. Moving on to the features, it's no debate that Yamaha steals the crown. I mean, remember all the MT-09 features we mentioned earlier and divide them by 2. Yeah, that's what the Kawasaki gets. Regardless, the Kawasaki is not too bad, but the Yamaha is obviously the better option. So what do you think? Would you get the new MT-09, or are you not impressed by it? Let us know in the comment section. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to get notified when new videos are uploaded. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.